In this video, we're going to take a look at an interesting new way to visualize the scriptures called a Bible word tree. Now, to get to this site, it's just go to preservedwords.com/tree and you'll see this page. And you see some images here that show what a word tree is. And it's basically just a multiple parallel sequence of words, and it uses a tree-like structure to show words leading into a root word. Here it's life, and then also words leading out of the root word, and shows all their connections within context. If you want to build your own Bible word tree from the King James Bible, just go down here to the entries and just begin typing a book. Here we'll look at Matthew, and we'll click Matthew there. And over here we'll put John. This will be the Gospels. We'll just click John. You can also optionally enter the chapter numbers afterwards if you want to do just a single chapter. The only entry that is required is this first one. If you put Matthew here or any Bible book or chapter here and click the build button, it will just build the tree from that book. But if you want to do a range, well, then you just select a subsequent book or chapter over here. And here in the middle is where you put your root word. And the root word is the word, the search word, the word that is looked up. And here, let's just type in, we can do life here. We'll type in life, and we click the button. And you'll notice it'll take it just a second or two, and it will build the tree. Here we have the word life, and here we have all the words that follow life within the Gospels, Matthew through John. You'll notice a very interesting thing here when we click one of these. Let me click life for my sake. We click that, and you'll see that it adds it to the root. And you have a nice flowing display, and it gives you the words that follow from this phrase. Now, the root is not a word, but it's a phrase. If you want to go back, you just click life again, and you'll notice that it goes back. Over here on the right, there is a column. This column is the entire text that has been submitted. In this case, it's the entire text of the Gospels. In this little area here is a little mapping area that shows where every one of these hits or lines is. And you scroll down and you can see those, and they will be highlighted over here. Now, this column can be hidden. There's an option up here. We just click the hide column, and that way we'll see just the tree area. Click it again, and the column will come back. An interesting thing about this, not only does it show you where the hits and the words are in relation to the whole text, but you can click a word and make it the root. For instance, let's click Nazarene. There I click Nazarene, and it only has one instance, so there's no tree area. Let's click Jerusalem. Here's Jerusalem. Jerusalem and all the lines or words that follow each instance of Jerusalem in the Gospels. Again, we can click one of these, and it will also go farther down the tree. You're actually drilling into the tree. Here is where Jerusalem is found after itself. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, thou that killest the prophets, which killest the prophets. So it's found in two instances in that manner. Now, if you don't have a need for the text column for the moment, you can hide it. And another interesting thing you can do is, instead of seeing words that follow the root word, you just click the reverse option, and it will go over and show all the words that enter into that word. And Jesus went up to Jerusalem. And you can just see them along. It's a very nice way to graphically visualize all the words leading into a keyword, a root word. And the root word, it gives you an overview of everything that that passage that you have entered has to say about that word. It's really much more convenient than just seeing a list, a search list. This is a list of the same search hits, but displayed in a way that's much more pleasing to the eye, and actually you can gather more information from it. Again, we can click went up to Jerusalem, and here it shows it breaks down even more. And Jesus went up to Jerusalem, and then here is a single line, and when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem. And then we can go back to just Jerusalem. We can just have here a word from. So you notice how easily it is to manipulate the text just by a single click. Now, we showed how you could change the root word over by clicking in the column, but if you hold the Shift key down, let's hold the Shift key down and click this word behold. Notice it makes it the root now. Just holding the Shift key down, you can click any word in the tree area and make it the root. And if you want to see the following, just check the reverse, and there you'll see it in what comes afterwards. So again, there's one other way that you can enter text up here. Let's just do life again. I'll type life, hit enter, and there we have life. Life eternal, life for my sake. You know, will lose it. There you can find out. Life shall lose it, and he that, or and whosoever, or but whosoever. All the differences, very easily seen. Now, if you want to enter a new range, don't use the back button. The back button kind of confuses the browser because of these links up here that show what you're doing. Just click this right here where it says Bible Word Tree, and that will bring you back to the area to where you can put in your own text. Say, for instance, let's try another one. Let's go to 1 Corinthians, and let's just do a chapter here. Let's do chapter 13, and let's type here the word charity. We'll do charity. We'll do a search, and notice there it is. This is just one chapter, but it shows you all how charity is used. This charity, I become a sounding brass or tinkling cymbal. Charity, I am nothing. Charity, it profiteth me nothing. Charity suffereth long. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself. Charity faileth. See how much easier it is to get a grasp of that chapter rather than just looking at the verses in separate lines. This is interesting. It's quite helpful. Also, as you can see here, you can use links. Let's say here's one that we've done before, but this is just a link. You just click this image and you will get the same things that we did before by typing it in. And that brings up the interesting feature is, as you'll find in a help manual, a help page, if you'll click the help page, it will bring up this illustrated help page, which has some things to show you some of the things we just mentioned. It gives you details about how to enter references and also how the display works. It tells you about the options. And also it tells you how you can build links. The interesting thing about this web page, the Bible Tree web page, is you can make your own links and put them on any web page or even in an email. And it has the criteria here to make the links, and you can bring up any of these the trees simply by entering the link, just like these here. These are just links on these images, and when I click that image, you'll notice that it takes me and builds that image. So you can put them in Facebook, you can put them anywhere, and click it, and when people come to the page, this is what they'll see. You can even add these options. You can have it to where it'll hide the text. You can have it to where it will reverse the tree. All those can be put into links. All you need to do is just look and put the links together as described in the manual. Alright, this is just describes some of the things you can do with this Bible Word Tree, and we just hope it'll be helpful for your studies. It does help me. I mean, just seeing the text laid out like this reveals things that are not as obvious just in a linear fashion. But anyway, this will be found again at preservedwords.com/tree. Thank you.